Hi, Matt. Welcome to the NEXTGENK goalkeeping podcast.
Cheers, buddy. Nice to meet you.
And you, mate, how are you doing yourself?
A little bit fed up. Trying to keep fit. I had a number of challenges set in for this next couple of months with cycling challenges for a charity of Huddersfield Town, and I was playing for Man United, legends in a game, even though I never actually played for them. So I had lots booked in, lots of fitness stuff, lots of work, and obviously it's all on hold at the minute with my radio show as well and my goalkeeping academy. Really missing putting my boots on and just, putting the lads to task on a Wednesday night at my academy. Like yourself, it's just waiting to get back and get catching that football again, or trying to catch that football again.
We'll go with the trial.
Yeah. Try for 20 odd years.
It will be the time we get back. Be that long out of it. But no, as I say, starting with your career, you started with Bolton back in 97. Was that right? 96, 97 season?
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago. I was actually talking about this the other day, and a few things came on Twitter and stuff. It was a fantastic time. Burnden Park, the old stadium on Manchester Road in Bolton, YTS. So I was a Premier League footballer on £41 a week wages, plus expenses. You know what I mean? It was absolutely crazy. Just been promoted, and it was an amazing time, and it was hard work, and living over in Stockport as well. So I was having to travel over to Bolton, bus, train, walk. You get battered in training all day, and they weren't quite as nice coaches and senior players as they are these days. So
what was your experience like at Bolton? Was it mature you as a goalkeeper?
The goalkeeper, brilliant. I had a fella called Jim Blythe for a little bit as goalkeeper coach. We had Eric Steele, who's obviously Man United and been everywhere as well. And then we had Fred Barber, who's absolutely superb. Fred taught me how to be mentally as well as physically strong in lots of ways that you wouldn't get away with in football these days. And we had Keith Brannigan as first team goalkeeper, Aidan Davidson, and then obviously UC Askelainen came in, who was an absolute Premier League legend as well. So I had a really good upbringing, great set of lads. We worked hard all the time. Enjoyed a couple of scoops here and there as well along the way. And it was just a great time to be a young footballer.
So what was it like? As I don't know whether many people know, we know it being in goalkeeping. Eric Steele was quite big at Manchester United. What was he like as a coach?
He wasn't with us for long, I must admit. It was only a few months he was with us because it was back in the day when Peter Schmeichel had just come over to the country and people were starting to realise that goalkeepers can win your leagues. Goalkeepers can win you point after point after point. So goalkeeper coaches were just starting to get big. And so we had Eric for a while, but he worked you hard, very technical. Didn't let you get him talking. Keith Brannigan was fantastic at getting a goalkeeper coach talking. So we'd just do nothing for 20 minutes. I'd be stood there going, are we doing anything yet? And Keith would get Jim talking, or whoever was in coaching us. Eric Steele took none of it. We worked hard them days. And as I say, it was the real, I'd say, birth of goalkeeper coaches, really. Because before that, even in the Premier League, goalkeeper coach would come in once a week, twice a week, or you'd have a little afternoon with someone. The senior keeper would take it, or an outfield player, which is the worst thing, as we all know, could possibly happen for goalkeepers. So then for Fred to come in full time, Fred Barber, who was an amazing goalkeeper coach, was brilliant for us.
Like a breath of fresh air. So you played for Bolton, and then you got a couple of loan moves away from Bolton, didn't you, to Carlisle and clubs like that?
Yeah, well, I had a couple of championship loan moves. That was just as a cover. I was only 18. I went over to Stockport, my own town club, when they were in the championship, believe it or not, many moons ago. And then I went to Port Vale, who were in the championship at the time as well. Brian Orton, absolute crazy man. Enjoyed my time there with Paul Musselwhite, again, a goalkeeper who's played hundreds of league games. And then it was my league debut for Bristol Rovers. Ian Holloway rang Sam Allardyce and said, you're going down to play for Bristol tomorrow, but you've got to come and train here first. Didn't have a car, didn't have any way of getting there apart from train during a petrol strike. Got there at 11:30 on the Friday night, got picked up at the hotel, got man of the match, 0-0 against Wigan, and never played a game for him again. They had a goalkeeper on loan from Man United. In his contract, he had to play. So I got man of the match, got me a bottle of champagne, everything's great. Partied on the night time, and no, you can't play the next game, sorry. And so I went back to Bolton then went to Carlisle for a long loan spell, and that was magnificent because that club was in disarray. A man called Michael Knighton owned them at the time, who, it wasn't the full ticket, and the club wasn't doing well. I went there, played my league football. I think I had 8 clean sheets in the last 8 games at home, and it was just an amazing time.
So that was one of the most enjoyable times of your career, do you think, up in Carlisle?
Yeah. Well, I had 2 spells there, because then I got sold to Hull City. I went back to Bolton for the playoffs. We got promoted to the Premier League. Hull came in with a bid for me. I thought, it's time to move on. Didn't work out very well at Hull, to be fair. I was there for 18 months. Got injured after about 20 odd games, and then wasn't brilliant. And then back up to Carlisle with my fiance at the time then, and baby about to be in tow. And as my second spell, just as good as the first one. We played cup final at the Millennium for the Johnson's Paint. Scraped away from relegation, and it was a good time.
So after you've gone back to Carlisle playing the final, you went up to Scotland then, didn't you, and played up the SPL. What was that like up in Scotland? Because we know their fans are a bit wild up in Scotland.
Early can. It was actually before the crash of 2008. So teams like Hibs and Hearts and that still had a bit of cash in the bank, and fans were still turning up in massive numbers. It was brilliant. Only for a year, because that place never gets warm. I don't think I've ever. I took my lawnmower with me to this rented house. Never got my lawnmower out. There was no point, because you never saw the outside. But I played at Hampden Park in a pre-season friendly, a magnificent stadium. But then Rangers, Celtic, Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen, and especially Ibrox. Ibrox was just phenomenal. They just never stopped singing from the minute you turn up. Because I used to go and warm up again at half time to keep myself nice and sharp. I'd do the last 5 minutes, and they were still singing, and the flags and airs on the back of your neck were just absolutely phenomenal.
Would you say that's been your best atmosphere playing wise, or?
Bits of it. Actually, one of the best ones, we played Dunfermline in an SPL. It was a derby. We were only 4 miles away from each other, 5 miles. We won 1-0. It was my first 10 out of 10 in the news of the world. It just one of them days where I didn't even want to play, but everything went well. Everything went perfect. Hit me in the face, hit me in the nuts, hit me anywhere. You know what I mean? I'd put my hand there and it'd make a save. I'd go for a stupid cross and it'd land between my hands, and my kicking was on point. It was like, wow, I didn't even want to be here today, and this has just turned out to be magnificent. And that was only 8,000 there then. You know what I mean? You're playing at Celtic and there's 59,000 there, and you're playing in this little 8,000 seat stadium, and it was amazing. I think it's the importance of the game, in what the fans are thinking as well. It can be great at any level, any stadium.
Yeah. So then from Scotland, you went down to Huddersfield. Is that right?
Yeah. Got married in the June, and then went down to there. It was perfect club. Wife's from Hull, I'm from Stockport, right in the middle. Fantastic stadium. Peter Jackson, brilliant manager, just a great fella to work for. And it was a great move for me.
Was there any other clubs in for you, or was it only Huddersfield that you had eyes on, really, with the location?
Well, I'd had my eyes on Huddersfield a while back, and there was Barnsley and a few others, and a bit around Yorkshire. And I didn't really care, really. I wanted a nice stadium. You want nice facilities. You want a nice club to go and play for. And to be fair, they came in very, very early for me, so it was great to get that nailed before I went on my honeymoon and got it all sorted out. And it just worked out really well. I played for two and a half years with only missing 1 game through suspension, and ended up having double knee surgery, and things didn't quite work out with one of the managers. So it didn't end well, but for 2.5 years it was brilliant.
So was that where was your most favourite time, do you think, playing wise? Would you say?
I've had little sections of. I've got nail varnish on. You can see my daughter's got my nails this morning. So that's when you're in the goalkeepers union. You see, that's what happens. I've been trying to hide them all the way through this. Bloody hell! No, I've had great times at every place. At Bolton, didn't really play, but I had great time with the lads. The training, everything that the build up to the Reebok Stadium. My first section at Hull City, Carlisle was amazing because they keep putting radio snippets on Twitter. Radio Cumbria, and it keeps. I was nearly in tears the other day. One of the films where I saved a penalty in the 90th minute. We stayed in the league, and then there's another one where I saved 3 in a penalty shootout, and it was like 15, 16 years ago, and brings back really tears to your eyes. And then Huddersfield, for 2 years at Huddersfield, it was brilliant. Got to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Frank Lampard scored his 100th Chelsea goal past me. 5 minutes later, his 101st Chelsea goal past me. So, I'm sure he still dines out on. And then even Stockport, my hometown club, playing in front of all my mates, my schoolmates. You know what I mean? I've never not played for them before properly, and that was great. And then Halifax Town, when I started setting up my businesses, and Neil Aspin, the manager, was just excellent with me. You know what I mean? He knew I was a senior player then. I'm in my mid-30s. He's played the game, and he was hard as nails when he was at Leeds United and other clubs as well. Treated me with respect, and he gave me the love back for the game, to be fair.
Well, you got to the playoffs with Halifax, didn't you? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I think we're one of the only semi-pro teams in the league as well, and I think everyone fancies us to go down. And we just went on a ridiculous run of winning games, keeping clean sheets. But we enjoyed each other's company. We played cards. We had a few beers after the games afterwards. We trained hard when we needed to. We had plenty of arguments. You know what I mean? Me and my left back, Scott McManus. You know what I mean? Many a time we wanted to pin each other up against the wall, but shook hands straight after games, and we just had a really good changing room, and it made a massive difference.
Do you think that was the gaffer that brought that atmosphere with the lads, or just a good bunch of lads?
Both. You know, we had like Lee Gregory, who's gone on to have a really good career in the Championship. You got Mark Roberts, who's doing superb at Birmingham. You know what I mean? There was some good players in that changing room, because Halifax looked around, tried to stay a little bit local with the players, whereas other clubs are always constantly trying to get people from all over the world. Halifax went, right, no, let's have a look at these lads, let's give them a chance, and ended up working out very well for them.
Done well with them. So you were saying that when you went to Halifax, that's when you started setting up your businesses.
Yep.
I'll let people into it a little bit now. That's he's probably got his nails and thoughts, probably trying to go into the business.
Yeah, we've got a nail station set up upstairs. Yeah, I've got hair and, I had a barber shop, a hair and beauty salon and stuff, and obviously my goalkeeping academy as well, and now the radio and stuff. So I've got them quite busy. But yeah, the hairdressing stuff I really enjoy. Because all I do is talk all day. Talk, chop hair, Friday nights, maybe have a couple of beers with a couple of clients, and I'll have a lot of football fans come in. You know what I mean? We chew the fat constantly, and yeah, it's a decent way to make a living.
How are you finding it with the lockdown at the minute? Are you finding it tough, or? Oh
yeah, it's the good thing is I've got two. I mean, we're two great girls. We've got the wife here. We've got space. We've got a garden. We've got a gym in the garage. So it's not. You know, we're not unlucky in that sense. But from going from anything from 40 to 70 hours a week down to nothing, it's been a bit of a shock. And also it's just with the announcement this morning. Obviously, we're saying that salons were open till at least 4th of July. It just hit home a little bit how long this is actually going to be, because with 7 weeks back in the day, you used to get 7 weeks off. Yeah, bear in mind I used to get paid for it when I was playing football for like 18 years, 19 years. I was a pro. You'd have anything up to 6-7 weeks off. So it's gone a little bit like that. But it's just the fact now is, you know, you're not getting paid anymore. It's business. You need to get back to earning money and get back to normality.
That's it. I think the hard bit is, as you say, it's although you're off and you're getting paid, you could actually do things where at the minute you're off and there's only so many times you can paint the fence and cut the grass.
Well, I've done that. The worst thing is the second day of lockdown, I did my garage, my car, and my grass, and I was like, shit, this could go on for a long time. I've got a long time to go here, and I'm not. And I'm doing everything. I'm growing herbs. I've not cut my hair. I usually have a skinhead. I usually have it down to the bone. So I'm letting this grow as well, and yeah, we're just getting through it. As I say, I've got a lovely family around me, so I'm getting on with it. I'm cooking a lot. I'm having a couple of glasses here and there as well. So yeah, that's all we can do. Just got to stay home, like everyone says, stay safe, and you know, I mean, hopefully we're back soon. So
let's go on to your goalkeeping academy. How did you come about setting up a goal? Obviously, you're a goalkeeper, so that's why you wanted to give something back to the youth. But do you only coach young kids, or did you right the way through to pros?
No, all the way. Not pro, semi-pro. There's a team called Shelley FC where I do my academy. I'm their first team goalkeeper. I have lads from the age of 7 all the way up to open age, different time sections for them, and they just really enjoy it. I don't advertise. I just have a small amount. It's just a bit of a side thing for me, because I say I enjoy my coaching. I didn't want to go in the professional game because I got offered the goalkeeping coaching job at Port Vale not long back, and my friend got sacked about 3 months after. So it's like, there's no point. There's no security like football, but only get paid less and you do more hours. So I was thinking, no, I'm not in a position where I can be changing jobs every 5 minutes. I don't want to do that either with the travelling. So I just have, say, a small group of lads, a lot of goalkeeper wars, a lot of technical stuff, a lot of press-ups for some of them who annoy me. But yeah, it's just something I really enjoy, but just keeping it small, keeping it a small group, and yeah, it's good.
So what's your academy called up in Huddersfield?
G27 Goalkeeping Academy. Again,
So
as the shop is called, G27 Hair and Beauty. Yeah, everything's G27. That's my number. You'd see. Glennon, 27 was my number at Huddersfield, Carlisle. I'd one at Bolton, Halifax, Stockport, all 27.
So that was your lucky number, 27.
Well, I wouldn't say lucky.
Lucky or
yeah, it was a number. I kept trying to make it my lucky number, but yeah, it did all right for me.
So are you looking for any more kids up them ways, or are you happy with the numbers you've got?
I don't know yet. We'll see when we come out of lockdown. But yeah, we can always add a couple more. And say one of my senior keepers helps me out when the numbers get a bit too much. And yeah, it's, as I say, it's for my enjoyment just as much as theirs anyway. And I've brought some really good lads on who have gone on to do all right in the semi-professional game as well, which it's been nice to see.
So if you're looking for any goalkeeping coaching up in the Huddersfield area, drop Matthew a text on social media. I'm sure he'll find out.
Yeah, social media's there, Facebook, Twitter. You can't trip in Huddersfield without seeing me or hearing me on the radio anyway. So everyone knows where I am.
But as I say, just a quick one. Who's the best player you played with?
Best player I played with? That's a very good question. Oh no, mine's gone. Oof. Well, for you Liverpool fans, I played a resi game with Peter Beardsley when I was about 17, and that was pretty fantastic. To be fair, I played his hard. There's a lad called Danny Schofield who I played with a few times at Huddersfield, and he was just phenomenal. Lee Gregory, Andy Booth, some really good strikers. You know what I mean? Lads who had really good Championship and a bit of Premier League experience as well. And Mark Roberts, the centre half, who got me sent off on his debut for Halifax, but after that turned out to be phenomenal. But he had the most unbelievable throw. You know what I mean? Just tremendous as well. And a good player. There's been a few. There's been some good ones.
Best one against maybe the person that you mentioned before that netted 2 past.
Lampard was up there. Shevchenko, Bergkamp. I've still got Bergkamp in my pocket from many years ago in the FA Cup. Didn't let him out. Youngberg, Vieira. There's been a few there along the way as well. Yeah, there's been some good ones who've tried the best.
Fantastic, Matt. As I say, thanks for giving us that 20 minutes of your time.
No problem, mate. Good luck.
I hope everything gets back to normal. We can get back to work.
Thanks for that, mate. Yes, I'll be following you with interest. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cheers,
See you soon. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Let me stop recording this, Matt. One sec.